Hello?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
You good? Are you Muslim?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I don't believe that I don't believe that Allah is God,
Why?
bro. Because there are a lot of things that he does and doesn't do that would not, qualify him to be God.
Like what?
Like, for example, who's the one that wants us to sin?
What do you mean by that?
Like, who's the one who has the desire for us to sin? Who wants us to
Ooh.
sin and rebel against God, disobey his laws?
I mean Satan.
I would agree with you. Satan wants us to sin. But in Islam, are you a Sunni?
Yeah.
Yeah, it teaches that Allah wants us to sin.
Allah wants us to sin so that he could forgive us? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he wants us to sin.
Allah wants us to sin. I've never heard that before.
Well, yeah, like he wants you. If you don't sin, he'll destroy you and replace you with people who would sin, and then they'll ask for forgiveness, and he'll forgive those people.
I'm not really sure I've heard that before.
No, that would be crazy though.
Because from what I know, Satan is the one who wants us to sin.
Right. So if it was
Allah is the most merciful. He's the one who forgives. You could sin 1,000 times, he would forgive you 1,000 times.
Right. Yeah.
That's what God does.
So if Allah wanted us to sin, that would mean that he's actually Satan. And he's not God. That's my point.
Okay.
So Allah wants us to sin, bro.
Not really, no.
Yeah, if you don't sin, he's gonna destroy you. You didn't know that?
No. I really didn't.
He'll destroy you, and he'll replace you with people who will sin. Isn't that insane?
Is that from the Quran?
I don't know.
So what, you're just making it up then?
Yeah, I was just testing you to see how you would react to that.
Okay, because I'm really, how should I say this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really focused on the deen, so, I was confused when you asked that, like Allah would destroy us for not sinning.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Like that would be something that is totally evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have another confession to make.
Mm-hmm.
I was making it up that I was making it up.
That was making it up.
Yeah, that was the real test. The real test was me making it up that I was making it up to see how you'd react.
Okay, so now, is that from the Quran then?
It's from the Hadith.
Oh, which one?
I'll pull it up for you really quick. It is. I'll pull it up real quick.
Because hadiths, I don't know all hadiths. I know some hadiths.
Right. There's thousands of them. We only use the most authentic ones.
Uh-huh.
So this is in Sahih Muslim.
Okay.
2749. So I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can see it for yourself. And then also, if you want, you can screenshot it just to save it for yourself. Let me just flip my camera off this first. All right. So you see it's Sahih Muslim 2749.
Yeah.
This is what it says. So Abu Hurairah reported Allah's messenger, may peace be upon him, having said, so this is what Muhammad is teaching. By him in whose hand is my life, if you were not to commit sin, Allah would sweep you out of existence and he would replace you by those people who would commit sin and seek forgiveness from Allah, and he would have pardoned them. So Allah would sweep you out of existence. He will destroy you if you don't commit sin. But not just that, he'll replace you with people who will commit sin and seek forgiveness of Allah, and he'll forgive them. This is evil, and this is a characteristic of Satan, not the true God.
Well, I guess there's got to be an explanation of this hadith made by scholars.
Well,
You can't
there's
just
what we call duct tape. There's what we call duct tape. So let me even give you the best that I've heard from the scholars. The best that I've heard is that this is expressing how forgiving Allah is, and how because everybody will sin, he's expressing how merciful he is, that he'll forgive those who sin, who ask forgiveness.
makes sense.
However, they're leaving out the part of what Muhammad says would happen if you don't sin. See, I understand the part about his mercy, because it's right here. If they sin and they seek forgiveness from Allah, he'll pardon them. That's what the hadith clearly says. They're right. They leave out the top half where it
But
says
that's for people who ask for forgiveness.
right. That's for the people
Some people would sin and still not regret the sin that they've made.
Now, this top part is about people who don't sin. So they don't seek Allah's forgiveness because they don't sin. Right? If you were not to commit sin. And so not sinning does this. Allah would respond to you not sinning by erasing you from existence and replacing you. You get it? So what this is showing here is that Allah prioritizes showing off his mercy more than his righteousness. He would rather you be sinful and in desperate need of his forgiveness than be righteous and not need forgiveness in the first place. For the true God, it's the other way around. The holy and true God, his requirement is for us to be perfect, to not sin, or else he'll destroy us.
Who, Jesus?
Yes. Jesus says, you are to be perfect, for your Father in heaven is perfect. So he calls us to perfection. That's his criteria. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is, Christianity just doesn't make sense to me, because I remember a time when I wanted to learn more about other religions, and Christianity was the one that, I was closer to, because in my country there's a lot of Christians, so I started looking into it, but then it didn't really make sense as much as Islam did. That's why.
Do you believe that this makes sense?
I mean, yeah, because there's got to be an explanation. There's always an explanation.
There is no explanation for this. The explanations that they give.
There are some things that had no explanation in Christianity too that didn't make sense actually.
Well, we can actually get to that. I have no problem going over that stuff and getting to that. But here, there is no explanation for this, and it's not that simply. Oh, there's no explanation for it. It's a mystery. No, the hadith is explicit and it's clear. It's plain as day what it says. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take rocket science. You don't got to be a 10-year scholar Arabic to understand what's happening. What it says here, what it says in our face. It says it. If you don't sin, Allah's going to destroy you and replace you with people sinners. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I definitely got to look this up after.
Yeah, sure. But this is a characteristic of Satan, right? Satan is the one who wants us to sin, not God. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, God, if God, like, it's different. The way Satan wants us to sin is because he wants us to go to hell, but God wants us to sin to be forgiven. So that way,
Wouldn't that be just the Satan thing to do? Wouldn't Satan encourage you to sin so that
go to
you
hell.
can earn God's forgiveness? Wouldn't that be the trick of the devil to convince you that sinning is a good thing because then you'll need God's forgiveness? Imagine that. Imagine that type of deception.
I mean, Satan would want us to sin to go to hell, not to
Satan
earn
would want you
forgiveness,
to
God's
sin,
forgiveness.
period, and try to convince you that sinning is
Because he
not
wants to
that
bring
bad
us
of a
to
thing.
no, because Satan wants to bring us to hell with him because he knows he's going there either way.
You're missing
But
it. Exactly. So he would want you to sin, right?
yeah,
And by any means necessary, he would want you to sin. So
uh-huh.
he would even convince you that sinning isn't that bad because then you could just ask God's forgiveness and he can show off his mercy,
Yeah, he could do that. Yeah,
which is what we're seeing here. Any entity that even suggests that sin is more preferred than not sinning is of Satan. Wouldn't you agree?
uh, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up.
You know the answer to that, my man. Come on, dog. You know the answer to that. Anything that suggests that sinning is more preferred than not sinning is satanic. That's an evil teaching. Wouldn't you agree?
Depends.
It depends.
Depends. Yeah,
So you mean to tell me that there is a scenario where suggesting that sin is
because,
better than not sinning is a good thing?
but every human sins though.
That's not the
How
answer
can
to the
you?
question.
How
Are
can you be
you
human and not
suggesting,
sin?
are
If
you
you're human,
saying, are you saying
yes.
that there is a scenario where suggesting that sin is preferred over not sinning
Well, no,
is
no, no,
somehow a good thing?
no.
Good.
But no, but every human does sin though, right?
And every human sinning is a bad thing, right?
It's a bad thing. So
Very
you
good.
gotta ask for forgiveness.
Absolutely. And so God's not going to, like, not sinning is a good thing, right?
Hmm.
Would the holy God erase you from existence for not sinning?
Uh, but I've actually never known a human that didn't sin.
I understand. Well, you do know one, Jesus.
Yes, Jesus. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
He didn't
he's
sin.
sinless.
Right. So you have an example of someone
But
who walked this earth and lived a sinless life, a holy life, and God honored him, didn't he?
yeah, but those are the prophets, though.
Oh, no, it's Jesus. You have an example. He was a human.
Yeah,
He's a human being.
yeah.
And
But
he was perfect. And because he was perfect, he was honored and elevated for that, not destroyed and swept out of existence. Come on, man.
yes, but those are the prophets. I'm talking about the prophet. The
No, the
prophets.
prophets are the other prophets besides Jesus are sinful.
No, not every prophet.
Muhammad was sinful.
No.
There he was. The Quran says that Allah forgave his past sins and his future sins, bro.
Yes, Allah forgives all sins. Yeah, but
So Muhammad sinned in the past and in the future, and Allah told him, I forgive you.
yeah,
All right, so Muhammad was sinful. He wasn't sinless. But
yeah.
what we're dealing with here, the main crux of the issue, you have an example of a human being who walked this planet, who walked this earth, who was sinless. He never sinned. He was perfect and holy, Jesus Christ. And because of that, he was honored and elevated. Okay? But here, it teaches that the one who does not sin will not be elevated and honored, but destroyed. What kind of sense does this make?
I'm really gonna have to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my first time hearing this hadith anyway.
Yeah. Did you want to get a screenshot or mark it down?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, I'll do that. All right.
Sahih Muslim 2749. It's also going to be on my YouTube channel too, bro. If you want to check me out, godlogic. It's the same. It's the same on my platform. You can just follow me. I do a lot of this stuff, man. I show stuff like this. I show why Islam is false and why Islam would be satanic. I do that. You know. So, would you like to know another reason why I don't believe Allah is God?
Okay.
Because it shows, the Quran shows that Allah is not all powerful. There is something that Allah can't do, that He will need help to do,
What's that?
and that's have a son.
He needs
Allah
help
can't
to
have a son if
son.
He wanted to, by Himself.
Why would Allah need a son though?
I'm not saying He needs a son. I'm saying that if He wanted to have one, He couldn't,
Why?
because He's not capable,
Why isn't he capable though?
because He's not all powerful. Look, I know, but look, I'm about to show you. Look, because I'm not just pulling this out of my chocolate cheeks here. Okay, look. Chapter 6, verse 101. And you would agree that God, by definition, is all powerful, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'd agree. God, by definition, is all powerful. If there's something that He cannot do, if He's dependent on somebody else, if He needs help to do something, He's not all powerful. He's not God. Okay? So watch this. This is chapter 6, verse 101 of the Quran. Okay? It says, He is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How can He have children when He has no wife? He created all things and He is knower of everything.
Okay.
So this says, how can He have children when He has no wife? So according to this verse, what does Allah need in order to have children? Needs a wife, right?
He doesn't need a wife. He doesn't need anyone. He's all alone.
But if He wanted to have a son, He would need a wife.
Not really.
Let me ask you this. If I said, how can I drive the car when I don't have the keys? Based on that statement, what do I need in order to drive the car?
Well, the keys.
Exactly. Let's say, how can I plant the tree when I don't have land? What do I need in order to plant the tree?
Land.
If I say, how can I have children when I don't have a wife? What do I need in order to have children?
A wife, but I don't think it applies to Allah.
Well, it does apply to Allah because Allah applies it to Himself. This is Allah speaking, by the way. This is Allah speaking. And he's refuting the polytheists that are around Him in Mecca or Medina, wherever they are. He's refuting them because they're saying, let's go to the previous verse, just to show you. Because they're saying that He has children. It says, yet, this is the previous verse, verse 100, yet they join the jinns as partners in worship with Allah, though He has created them. And they attribute falsely, without knowledge, sons and daughters to Him. Right? So He's addressing this accusation that they're saying that He has sons and daughters. Be He glorified and exalted above that which they attribute to Him. Next verse. Oh crap. Next verse. He's the originator of the heavens and the earth. How can He have children when He has no wife? That's a refutation of Him. He doesn't have a wife, so therefore He doesn't have children. So stop saying that He has children, guys. You get the point? So the verse, Allah is applying this to Himself And he shows that even if he wanted to have children, he would need a wife to do so.
Yeah, but Allah really doesn't need anyone. He said it multiple times in the Quran.
So then that's a
He's all,
contradiction there.
he's all alone, self-sufficient, as he always said.
Then that's a contradiction. If he was self-sufficient, then he would not need a wife to have children.
But he has no wife, though. He said it
Right.
himself.
So therefore, he can't
has
have
no
children.
wife.
I know. He has no wife. So therefore, he can't have children. So the fact that he has no wife is proof that he doesn't have children. That's his point. That's Allah's point. That's the Quran's point.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a wife. So that's proof that he doesn't have children because a wife is required.
Okay.
So this would mean that Allah is not self-sufficient.
How? Because he has
Brother,
no wife.
because he would need a wife to do something.
If he needed something, wouldn't he? Like Allah doesn't need anything.
Exactly.
Like
God doesn't need anything. So if Allah needs something, then he's not God.
if you need something, then you go look for it, right? You do it, right?
Not necessarily. Look, let's just say he doesn't want, like for example, I don't need a wife to live, right? I don't need a wife to live. Let's say I don't even want children. Well, I don't have a wife. I don't want children. I don't have a wife. I don't get a wife because I don't want children. Right? But that doesn't change the fact that if I wanted to have children, I would need a wife. I can't do it by myself. I'm not self-sufficient to where I can have a son or a daughter based on my own power. I need help. I need to go get someone else to have a son or a daughter if I wanted to do that. Now, I'm not saying that Allah wanted to have children. I'm not saying that. Clearly, he didn't. But if he wanted to, he would need a wife, which means he's not self-sufficient.
I think if it was the case, he would have said that. He would have said that if I wanted children, I would get a wife, or I would need a wife. I think he would have said it. You get me? He would have just said, "Yeah, God of the heavens and the earth. If I needed children, I would have a wife. If I needed anything, I would."
Hold on a second. What's that verse where he says, "If Allah wanted children, he would taken of one of the houris. He would have taken from the houris." What's that verse? What's that verse, guys? You guys remember that verse? $21.17. Let's see. Let's check $21.17. Had we intended to take a pastime, hold on, let's go to the Arabic here because I'm a little confused by this. Hold on. Let's see here. Do Arbor. Okay. Had we intended to take a pastime, i.e., a wife or son, etc., having fun time with, y'all's things, we could surely have taken it from us if we were going to do that.
What does pastime mean?
Pastime is, kind of like intercourse kind of stuff. Things that's required to have kids and have a wife and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he would have done it. Or he could surely have taken it from us if we're going to do that of this kind. You also have 39:4, where he says, 39:4, where he says, had Allah willed to take a son, he could have chosen whom he pleased out of those whom he created. But glory be to him, he's above that. Right? He is Allah the One, the irresistible. So had Allah willed to take a son, he could have chosen whom he pleased out of those whom he created. But glory be to him. So he actually says this. If he wanted to do it, he could have chosen from his creation
To have a kid, yeah.
to have a kid.
But then, glory be to him, he's way above that to do
It's
that.
beneath him to do so, but he could do that.
Yeah, he could, but he would never.
No problem. He would never do it, but if
He's
he
way too
wanted to, he
majestic for all
could.
that.
And now 101 makes it clear for us, as we just read, when he's refuting this claim that he has children. How can he have children when he has no wife? If he wanted to, he could have taken a wife. He could have taken one
He
from
could have
any of his
taken a wife
creation.
from any of his creation, but
Yes.
he's way above that.
But he's way above that. But guess what? So that answered you. You said if this was the case, God would have said that elsewhere, somewhere. He would have said something like, "Oh, if he wanted a son or something like that, he could have taken." So he does say that. He says that. But then he shows you here the fact that he didn't do that is proof that he never had a son in the first place.
He never will, yeah.
So he needs a wife in order to have a son. He can't do it by himself.
He also said he could have taken it from him too.
So he would need a wife in order to do that.
Did you see the other one you brought up before that? Before the
Yeah, taking one from us is him having somebody like him, a partner like him, one of his kind.
From us. The us doesn't mean that it's plural. It's still him. Like,
Bro,
he could have.
that is plural.
No. You know that when he created Jesus, right? He blew. How do I say it?
Also, is Jesus his son?
When he created Jesus, I said like create a creation.
Right, you're bringing this as an example for some reason to him having sons. So is Jesus his son?
Okay. Let's say if when he created Adam, then
Is Adam his son?
no,
Then why are you bringing these guys up? They're not relevant.
because they're his creation. But I'm telling you, the way he created them, he blew life into them.
That's fine. Are they his sons?
No, they're not.
Okay, so that doesn't apply here.
way
We're talking about
the-
sons.
Yeah, I'm not finished. The way he blew life into them, what he blew came from him. That's the meaning over there.
That's fine. Are they his sons?
No.
So it was a
they're his
waste of time even
creations.
talking about that. We're talking about sons.
Yes, we're talking about wife.
According to the verse, what does Allah
needing-
need in order to have a son?
Needing a wife to have kids.
He needs a wife to have kids, right?
Needing someone else to make something.
He needs somebody else to have a wife, to have a son, right?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Because he could have taken it from him and just make it just like how he made everyone. He takes it from himself. He makes it from himself.
All right, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna give you one last chance to be intellectually honest. I know that you're a Muslim. You want to defend stuff and make sense of stuff. So
Yeah, always.
but I'm just asking that you do not do that at the expense of honesty.
I'm being honest here, though.
So this is Allah speaking, right?
Okay.
So Allah's the one who says, "How can he have a son when he has no wife?" Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is in refutation to those who are saying that he has children, correct? Right?
Excuse me?
This is in refutation to those who say he has kids, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a refutation. He's refuting this idea that he has kids. How does he refute it? By saying, how can he have children when he has no wife? So if he has no wife, then he has no children, right? So this means that he would need a wife to have a son, correct? Which means that he can't have a son by himself. He's not all powerful. He needs something else to do this.
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
This is why I also say he's not all powerful. Because of this right here. He's literally showing you that he is dependent. He's not self-sufficient completely. In this category, he depends on a wife to have a son if that's something he chose to do. If he chose to have a son, he would be dependent on a wife, which means he's not all powerful.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to look this up to understand it. What verse is it?
It's chapter 6, verse 101.
Okay.
So, with that being the case, these are two things that I gave you. One, Allah of Islam is actually evil. He has satanic characteristics because he wants you to sin. And if you don't sin, he'll destroy you. Not only will he destroy you, he'll replace you with people who will sin. That's number one.
Yeah.
Secondly, he's not all powerful. God, by definition, is all powerful. He's self-sufficient. He's not dependent on anyone or anything to do anything. Yet here, Allah is dependent on a wife in order to have children. So he's not all powerful. He's not self-sufficient. He's not God. So two things.
Okay.
One, he wants you to sin. That's satanic, not godly. He's not God. Two, he's dependent on a wife, not God. Okay? I'll leave you with that because I don't want to overload you with stuff. But I'll leave you with that. I would love to talk to you again, bro. So come back and tell me what you find.
All right.
All right, take care of yourself, man. Have a blessed day.
All right. May Allah guide you.
I'm already guided, man. I've been guided to Christianity.
Okay.
May the Lord Jesus guide you to him, though.
I'm guided too.
No, you're not, obviously. You don't want to be following somebody that tell you not to sin. I mean, to tell you to sin.
I mean, I told you there are some, contradictions. Contradictions I found in Christianity that just didn't make sense. So,
Well, look, I'll tell you what. Find the answers to this first, or deal with this first. And when you're dealing with this, deal with it honestly. Deal with what I gave you today honestly. Don't be dishonest.
Yeah,
Don't make excuses for it. You feel me? Like, because this is truth we're talking about. Don't make excuses. Don't like cover it up. Be honest when you're looking at this. And when you come back, we'll talk about this again, and then we'll also talk about Christianity. Fair enough?
Fair, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, take care, bro.
All right, you too.
All right. All right, so I got a bunch of people saying that they can answer me. Okay. Okay, y'all can come up and answer me, huh? Y'all sure y'all can come up and answer me, ma? I'm not sure y'all can come up and answer me, ma. I'm not entirely sure y'all got the answers to this, ma. But answer me, ma. I'm not entirely sure y'all got the answer to this, ma. Y'all really think y'all could come up and answer the Sheikh, ma? Just like the other brother? I'm gonna make y'all see where I'm coming from, ma. I'm gonna make y'all see where I'm coming from, ma.